Okay, so this article is from the Daily Mail. Eric Adams' top aide to be indicted after she sensationally quit her job. Okay, she had to quit, child. Ingrid Lewis Martin, a longtime confidant and top advisor to New York City Mayor Adams, is allegedly bracing for an indictment expected to drop this week. Sources close to the investigation confirmed that the Manhattan District Attorney's Office has been probing Lewis Martin's alleged involvement in questionable city property leases. Okay, now see, hers is something completely different. See, they're not investigating her for the campaign finances. They are investigating her for questionable city property leases. Pay attention. A grand jury in Lower Manhattan has been hearing evidence against Lewis Martin and is expected to vote over an indictment possibly as early as Monday. The scandal that now threatens to dismantle the mayor's entire inner circle. Her influence was unparalleled, but so too were the controversies surrounding her tenure. Over the weekend, Lewis Martin abruptly resigned from her position. A dramatic exit signals a grim chapter for the Adams administration, already reeling from multiple investigations over corruption. Now, the thing is, when everybody was talking about this, because I did hear some people talk about this, but when they put it up, they didn't really talk about what exactly or why exactly she was being investigated. They just mentioned the fact that Adams is already being investigated for campaign financing. So they kind of just allude that she is also being investigated for campaign financing, but she's not. Thought it was interesting what she's actually being investigated of, so I am here to let you know. At the heart of the investigation is a alleged scheme involving the leasing of city commercial properties to close friends and allies of Lewis Martin. See, this is what I'm going to say. To the Black leadership of New York City in particular, a lot of you are not American Black people. And I think that you are confused that when you get into these positions, that you can move the way white folks move. You cannot. You think that because white folks liked you enough to make you mayor, or white folks liked you enough to put you as the aide of the mayor, or white folks liked you enough to allow you to do certain things for a certain amount of time, that they are going to cover your back the way they cover their own backs. Because, let's see, de Blasio had a lot of articles coming out about him. I don't see any criminal investigation, even for his wife. Remember, de Blasio's wife was accused of some things. I didn't see no investigation, but there was a whole bunch of money that went missing under de Blasio's wife, and there's no investigation. But see, y'all thought y'all was better than all the rest of the Black people here because y'all stand next to white folks and you sit there and you tap dance, you shuck and jive, you pat your arm, your hand bone. All of that for the white folks. You thought that you could move just how they move. And you are finding out that as soon as you finish doing everything they want you to do against us, they are going to throw you away like trash. And now you don't have Black people to come in and fight for you, to say, oh, no, that's racist. Oh, no, you see, the Black community is silent. We don't have nothing to say. They're coming to get you and your dry ass wig, and we happy about it. They're coming to get you and Ninja Turtle and Eric Adams, and we're happy about it. And we're happy about it. So we're gonna go down. Look at this. Look at this. Dry wig and Ninja Turtle. Oh my God. Splinter and Ninja Turtle. While the specifics of the indictment remain under wraps, we got enough. I got enough, and I'm going to find out the rest that's under wraps. I can't wait for the what's under wraps part, okay? Sources told the Post that the Manhattan prosecutors have been combing through evidence. She don't comb through that wig. Sorry, I'm a little petty sometimes. Anyway. Prosecutors have been combing through evidence for months following the seizure of Louis Martin's phone at JFK Airport in late September. That high-profile incident occurred as Louis Martin returned from vacation in Japan. Honey, don't you find it interesting? Karen back just came back from Ghana. She just got back from Japan. Eric Adams got whatchamacallit for going to Turkey. I mean, y'all just taking trips. While y'all charging us to go to Manhattan, y'all charging us just to go to the city, to see a show, to go to a movie, to go eat dinner. Y'all charging us $9. Unless we want to be subjected to the subway, to the train. Nobody want to. Why do you think I pay this high-ass insurance so I don't have to get on the train? I don't want to deal with the train. Call me whatever. It's disgusting. Like, we don't even have to talk before safety. We're just talking about the disgustingness of the train, okay? How nasty the seats are. I've seen people defecate in the seats and get up and leave and nobody else know that the defecation happened in the seat. I don't want to sit in the seats. I don't want to touch the poles. Like, forget the violence. I don't want to do any of that. I want to get in my car with my coat and my heat and go where I want. Now you charging me $9. Anyway, sorry. That's my own personal pissed off at New York City rant. The high-profile incident occurred as Louis Martin returned from vacation. Yeah, she in Japan. I can't even go to the city. But in my car. And y'all getting on private jets and whatnot and taking first class flights. And y'all don't even want me to ride in my car with my leather seats? And my sunroof? Y'all can't give me that? With a group of close associates, including key figures in the city's real estate dealings. Investigators also confiscated the phones of several others linked to the alleged property scandal, including Jesse Hamilton, a top real estate official, and Diana Boutros, a private broker involved in city leases. The investigation has cast a shadow over City Hall, where federal raids and subpoenas have become almost routine. It sure has, a fair as Adams' federal bribery and corruption charges. While several high-ranking officials have already been ensnared, Louis Martin's involvement takes the crisis surrounding Mayor Adams' administration to a new level. Let's hear the level. She got a new level. The investigation by the Manhattan District Attorney is separate from the ongoing federal investigation into the mayor. To my city, I started as a community activist and worked on many campaigns, ultimately landing in City Hall. I am a native New Yorker. I love my city. Know that I will continue to do everything in my power to fight for this great city, blah, blah, blah. Louis Martin said in a statement on Sunday, ma'am, we don't care. Adams issued his own statement about his chief advisor's resignation, saying in part, Ingrid, I wanted y'all to hear this part. Adams issued his own statement about his chief advisor's resignation, saying in part, Ingrid has not just been just a friend, a confidant, and a trusted advisor, but also a sister. We've always talked about when this day would come. Always? Always? And while we've long planned for it, it is still hard to know that Ingrid won't be right next door every day. And I and every New Yorker owe her a debt I don't owe that nothing. A gratitude for her decades of service. I don't owe her nothing. You may owe her something. I don't owe her anything. And look who she's with. Look who they with. Her dry wig, sitting there with Eric Adams, his Ninja Turtle looking self, and Cat Joe. The liars of New York. the scammers of New York with the key to the city. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And that's the way the city feels. It feels like the liars, the scammers, have the key to the city. That's exactly how it feels when you live here. And they're charging us up the wazoo just to live here while they lie, scam, cheat, and steal. Known for her unwavering loyalty to Adams, often pictured sitting next to him at his weekly news conferences, her no-holds-barred approach saw Lewis Martin both revered and reviled. He said, "I am no Michelle Obama," he once declared in an interview with the City State. "When they go low, we drill for oil. I'll meet you down in the sub-basement. Honey, you mean when politics is already low, you go even lower?" This combative attitude made her a formidable force in City Hall while also earning her a reputation for controversy. See, she thought she was out here. She was a boss bee. She was out, I'm a boss in the city. I'm out here taking names and doing what I want to do. I'm the, her and him walk around like they're the HNICs in the city. They waited till you did everything they wanted you to do. Now they throwing a book at you. She staunchly defended Timothy Peterson and Winnie Greco, the Chinese national who also, investigated for the campaign finance controversy or campaign finance investigation. Two controversial aides, she brought them in. Oh, please don't forget that Governor Holcomb also had a Chinese spy, married Chinese spies working in her administration. So they are riddled within New York City, within our political administration. Do you realize that? They are deep within the Democratic Party here. They are intertwined. They are sitting next to the governor. They got a secret police and they have a seat next to the governor. Now they got a seat next to the mayor. Her refusal to back down reportedly created a rift between her and the mayor, with insiders claiming the two had barely spoken in months. Oh, but that's not what he said. He said she was right down the hall and that was his sister. Now you see how they trying to put some space in, like Jay-Z and Diddy, they trying to put space in between each other. Oh, I ain't really know her like that. I ain't really know Diddy like that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have parties together for months. We didn't pop champagne and wearing Easter color suits together. No, we didn't do that. We just, we had a couple of business deals. I signed the paper, he signed the paper, you know what I'm saying? We didn't really work together like that. Now that's what he's saying about her. She wasn't in the office down the hall. I didn't refer to her as my sister. I didn't refer to her as a trusted, close friend. Oh no, we had a rift. And we had barely spoken in months. But he had said that they had long since planned for this. So this was part of the plan, right? Was that part of the plan? Seems like it to me. For years, Lewis Martin managed to stay above the fray, even as the scandal swirled around City Hall and that bad wig of hers. That all changed dramatically upon her return from Japan, I'm sure, which was first class. At JFK, she was met by investigators from the Manhattan DA's office who confiscated her phone and served her with a subpoena. Hours later, she appeared on her lawyer Arthur Anna's radio show. So she got a lawyer with a radio show. That's interesting. Hey, look. All right. Defiantly proclaiming her innocence. We are imperfect, but we are not thieves, she declared on air in the end. Yes, you did. Y'all stole $8 per $1 from us. Yes, you are. How much? Y'all sat there and gave all our money to illegal, so y'all made sure y'all got y'all money first. And then you gave all the money to the city, to everyone else, and now you charging us $9 to eat buffalo wings in Manhattan. Lewis Martin was one of the multiple aides who became ensnared in the corruption investigators into Adams' administration. Let me go down some more. Her resignation on Sunday came as a shock to many, particularly as she had previously announced her plans to retire in January. I'm just going to skip down a little bit because it gets a little bit redundant. I didn't know where Ingrid was going, he told reporters. She doesn't tell me where she's taking a vacation and where she's going. You are her boss. And you said she was your sister. And she got the office down the hall from you. You gonna tell me she didn't tell you where she was going before she left? She didn't put in vacation time. She just left? Lies. You know where she was at. I didn't know where Ingrid was going, he told reporters. She didn't tell me where she was taking a vacation and where she's going. Lies. Prior to being appointed as Adams' chief advisor, Lewis Martin served as the mayor's chief of staff in the New York State Senate for 7 years. Okay? In that position, she played an important role in conceptualizing and implementing community programs serving residents of Central Brooklyn, later going on to serve as a senior advisor during Adams' 2-term as Brooklyn Borough President. Adams named, and I'm going to say this again, they put all these programs and whatever together, and we were being gentrified to hell. Where are all this Black representation? And they have been a part of this gentrification that's been happening to us for a very long time. They've been involved. They've been at the helm. They've been taking the money. They've been filling and lining their pockets while they are bleeding us dry. Adams named Lewis Martin as his chief advisor in January 2022. And that's it for this one. I'm going to go to the next one because I want to talk about why I said that she was very, very evil. Here's why I think she's super evil. Now we're going to go to this article. Let me make it bigger. Okay. Grand jury said to hear evidence against, and this is from New York Times. Grand jury said to hear evidence against chief advisor to Mayor Adams. We're not going to read this whole article because, like I said, they can get a little redundant. So we're going to move down. We're going to go down to this paragraph right here. But the district attorney's office has also been examining other possible crimes. Some of the people said they include allegations that involve Miss Lewis Martin's son, Glenn Martin II. That's what I wanted to get. So not only was she lining her pockets, but she was making sure her family, her son was getting that money too, getting our city money. But the district attorney office has also been examining other possible crimes. Some of the people said they include allegations that involve Miss Lewis Martin's son, Glenn Martin II, a professional DJ. Mayank Dwivedi, a hotelier who owns and operates several properties in New York City and the Hamptons, and one of his business associates. Those allegations appear to be the focus of the possible charges this week, the people said. Their precise nature was unclear, but that aspects of the investigation has focused on the possible bribery and official misconduct, the people said. The investigation appears to be continuing, and there is no indication that it is focused on Mr. Adams, who is facing trial in April on unrelated federal charges, including bribery, conspiracy, and wire fraud. Ms. Lewis Martin's lawyer, Arthur L. Ada, said in a statement that he and his client have been aware of the investigation since her phones were seized. The only thing of which we are certain is that Ingrid Lewis Martin has served the city admirably for decades in an ethical and moral and law-abiding manner, the statement said. Lawyers for Martin and Mr. Dwivedi do not immediately respond for comment. A lawyer for Mr. Dwivedi, I can't pronounce that, associate declined to comment. Ms. Lewis Martin said, oh, actually, I didn't want to read all of this because we getting into a whole bunch of stuff. Hold on, wait, let me go down. Actually, this is where I wanted to read. Ms. Lewis Martin said in her statement announcing her resignation that she planned to spend more time with her family that same son. The statement, which was issued before the New York Times reported the possible charges of her, did not address the investigation. Her resignation from the post, where she was paid approximately $287,000 a year, was first reported by Publico of New York. Addressing the mayor, she said, "I extend humble gratitude to you for encouraging me to be my authentic self in my dry-ass wig and for having my back during some trying, drying wig times." And she would say, "This has been a good ride and my wig took a beating." I will use author's license to say that this has been an amazing ride. Viewed... Let's go down. Yes, I'm gonna just keep going on in her wig. Yes, I am. It's horrible. The first term mayor's trial in April will come just months, the first and only term mayor trial will come in April, just months before he will seek a second term in the 2025 mayoral election. 3 other federal corruption investigations focused on some of his most senior aides, all of whom resigned after those inquiries became public, appearing to be grinding along. Grand juries, no, I didn't want to read all that. So now there's some more down here. Hold on, let's go down. Look at the picture. I'm gonna make it bigger. I want you to see. This is his administration. Resigned and charged. This was the what wasn't he the school chancellor? That was the school chancellor. Right here. This was the school chancellor. This is his girl. Who I didn't know that they was together until they she was fired. I thought she resigned. So go back. What is you doing? I should have never clicked. Okay, now they got the names. All right, well, maybe I should have clicked. Oh, wow. Hold on. Wait, we got to do something about this. Wait. Go back. And then we're going to click on this in another tab. Yeah. Here we go. Wow, this is a better one. So we were talking about her right here. So Sheena Wright, the other one said she was fired, didn't it? This one right here said she was fired. This one here said she resigned. I remember her resigning though. That's what I remember. I remember because they all did it at one time. So we didn't even know that they was together. I'm sure everybody else knew, but we didn't know that they was together. And this is his brother. So you see all the family. This is the police chief, the first one. The second one, because the first one was the black woman. She not here because she not involved in investigations. But she not here. The first one we had under his administration, the first one he appointed was a black woman. Then he got rid of her because I guess she wouldn't be as crooked as he wanted her to be. So then he got Mr. Caban, and Mr. Caban was as crooked as S, as a letter S, okay? And so this is Winnie Greco. This is the person who had the hookup with the Chinese community. And here's the reason why I say that Ingrid Lewis Martin is evil. Okay? This is Brianna Shuggs. We're not going to get into this right this second because I'm going to come back to it because they're going to talk about it in the article. But this is Brianna Shuggs. We're going to get to her. And then look at all these names. Terrence Banks. That's another Banks. Okay. Now, James Caban, that's his brother. Okay. You see this craziness? Okay, let's get back to the article. Yeah, so this little one right here, you know, I really feel bad for her because she didn't have good help. Clearly her family did not mean the good for her. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna go down to this part right here. Miss Lewis Martin has also received 2 federal grand jury subpoenas in connection with the investigations to the mayor at the mayor and his inner circle. People with knowledge of the matter has said one came from federal prosecutors in Manhattan who sought information in connection with the investigation that resulted in the mayor's indictment, and the other came from federal prosecutors in Brooklyn who are investigating Mr. Adams' former liaison to the Chinese community, Winnie Greco. I showed you her picture. Miss Lewis Martin and Mr. Adams, retired police captain, met in 1984, she said, through her husband, Glenn Martin, a friend of Adams at the police academy. When Mr. Adams decided to run for state senate in 2006, he asked her to serve as her campaign manager. Okay, so she used to be the campaign manager. Keep that in mind. After he became Brooklyn Borough president in 2014, Ms. Lewis Martin, his deputy, pushed the limits of ethics rules. Supporters of the mayor told Times last year, in one instance, as a leader of a nonprofit that Mr. Adams used to promote himself and the borough, she asked real estate firms that had business with the borough president's office to donate. Colleagues said a possible conflict of interest. Now, here's the evil part. Okay, I'm gonna show you her picture again. This little one right here. Okay? This is her. All right, let's go back. Miss Lewis Martin's goddaughter is Brianna Shuggs. That's this young lady right here. Okay? Has figured in the separate, Miss Lewis Martin's goddaughter has figured in the separate federal investigation that led to Mr. Adams' indictment in September on bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, and campaign finance charges. Ms. Suggs was Mr. Adams' chief campaign fundraiser, and her home was searched by federal authorities late last year. Now, this girl is all of about 20 years old at the time. She wasn't even 21 yet. So Miss Ingrid was the campaign finance director before. So she got her goddaughter to be the campaign finance this time, knowing daggone well that they was doing illegal stuff and she would be caught holding the bag. With godmothers like that, who needs enemies? And that's why I say she's a special type of evil, because you are this woman's godmother. And you put her in danger. You didn't protect her. You didn't look out for her. I think that's messed up. I think that's really, now this girl is on the hook. You think she was running a campaign for a mayor at 20 years old? She don't have no experience. She never did anything like this in her life. And she all of a sudden is running a successful mayoral campaign donation? Come on now. She's the chief fundraiser? You was behind the scenes doing all the work. You put her name on it, and then you sat there and let her go down for it. That's a special type of evil. That's a special type of evil. After Mr. Adams won the mayoral campaign in 2021, several of his supporters urged him not to put Miss Lewis Martin in City Hall. Still, Adams named her as his top aide. She will go on to serve as what many views as a divisive force within the city government, overriding other officials and feuding with one of Adams' top deputy mayors. When the district attorney's investigators took Miss Lewis Martin's phone at the airport on September 27, they also seized phones of several of her traveling companions, including Jesse Hamilton. That was this picture right here. Where he at? I'll seen that face. Okay, I definitely seen it on this one. Oh, that's the one we're reading right now. Hold on. He's here. There he goes. Jesse Hamilton. That's Jesse Hamilton right there. Right there. There you go. Okay, so he took Jesse Hamilton from a top New York City real estate official and former state senator who is close to both Mayor and Miss Lewis Martin and Diana Boutros. That Diana Boutros right here. Okay. A broker involved in city leases who has raised money for the mayor, people said. Their conduct also appears to be under scrutiny as a part of the investigation. Ms. Boutros and her lawyer did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Mr. Hamilton's lawyer, Mark Polar, said he was unaware of any wrongdoing by his client, adding, however, we will fully cooperate with any pending investigations because he wants to clear his name and his reputation. Okay? Let me go down because this is, like I said, it gets a little reserved. And on the same day, the investigators from the district attorney's office also searched Miss Lewis Martin's Brooklyn home and seized the phone of her son, Mr. Martin, who was not on the trip. Two of the people said. Okay. Days later, they seized the phones of 4 more people, at least some of whom have close ties to Miss Lewis Martin, some of the people said. They include Joseph Duke, a long-term member of the city planning commissioner. Let's see if he's on this list. I never heard that name before. Let's see if he's on that list. No. Because it is a separate investigation. A longtime member of the City Planning Commission appointed to his position 3 times by Adams. Okay, Gina Argento, the chief executive of a soundstage business that controls a number of large properties around the city, who came under scrutiny a decade ago in a campaign finance investigation of Mr. Adams' predecessor, Bill de Blasio, and 2 hoteliers. See, that's what I'm talking about. Bill de Blasio did the same thing, but they didn't prosecute him. But, that's what you get for thinking that you was above your skin. You thought that you could treat black people like garbage while you sit there and stick your nose between everybody else's butt cheeks. And then you could sit here and do crooked things, and they wasn't going to come prosecute you. They wasn't going to come get you. See, they used you. They let you sit here and do everything that you could do against us, and now they ready to throw the book at you. And I will eat popcorn. I will roast popcorn on you while they burn you. I will roast my popcorn. And I mean that figuratively, please. YouTube. Instagram. That was a figurative statement. One of those, Wee Hong Hugh, has close ties with the mayor. You notice that name? The other, Mr. Dwivedy, describes himself on LinkedIn as a real estate entrepreneur, hotel and restaurateur. Okay? I didn't want to read this, but let's go down to this one. Miss Boutros, the real estate broker, the one I showed you the picture of him, where's she at? Miss Boutros right there. Miss Boutros, the real estate broker, and Miss Argento, the soundstage executive, made several appearances on Miss Lewis Martin's schedules record show. In August 2022, Miss Lewis Martin was slated to have dinner with Miss Boutros at Casa Cipriani, a private club in Lower Manhattan. See, they are going to private clubs and whatnot while they want to charge us $9 just to see a show in the city. $9 extra, plus the parking that we have to pay for. The next night, she was scheduled to dine with Miss Argento, a longtime donor to Mr. Adams, at an undisclosed location. 2 months later, she was scheduled to have another dinner with Miss Boutros to attend a film and television production industry meeting that Miss Argento's brother, Tony, also attended. The following year, Ms. Boutros would be tapped to manage one of the city's government main office space brokerage's accounts. Despite her relative lack of relevant experience in that specialty, Lord, they just be putting anybody in any position. And then when you try to, are you qualified? They checking your qualifications. A lawyer for Ms. Argento, her husband, John J. Ciafone, said she had absolutely not engaged in any wrongdoing and suggested that the scrutiny was related to her well-known opposition to street use changes along McGinnis Boulevard in Brooklyn. Ciao, bye. No, it's because you are involved in a criminal organization called the mayoral's office. That's what it is. You are involved in a criminal investigation, and that is why they are investigating you. So now, you know, we got Mayor Adams talking about they coming after him because he's black, and we got this woman talking about they coming after her because she opposed some things that had to do with traffic. I just wanted you to see her dry ass wig one more time.
Hey fam, tap in with your boy. Let's get us back together, man. I know we can do it. It's your boy Omizi. Do you good? My brother D out here with us. Everything.
Good place, man. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, don't worry about the Red Cross. Donate to them. And if you look at my Twitter, let's go to my Twitter at DeJuan. I have my people I want y'all to donate to. I've been posting the links all day. Go to my Twitter. I got the links up to my boy Derek, my boy Tay. These people lost their houses, they lost everything. Everything that they know, gone. Please donate to them, please. If it ain't nothing but $5,